Hey everybody, it's Jim here, and in case you didn't know, I love Fender Japan and I love offset guitars, so I've been looking forward to filming this video. We're going to be going over the 2023 Fender Special Run Traditional 60s Jaguar Sherwood Green with the matching headstock and the bound fingerboard. Absolutely beautiful guitar, seriously, you guys. But before we get into that, we got two things I got to get out of the way here. The first being this specific guitar is already spoken for, so I'm sorry about that. It went very quickly after posting it on my shop's website. The second being, I can't give you an affiliate link to purchase one of these because places like Tolman, Sweetwater, and other big box stores, they're simply not going to have them. So if you keep your eyes peeled on the used market, that's going to be your absolute best bet, where you can deep dive into the Japanese stores and pray you get lucky that way. We're going to start off, though, real quick by going over some of the differences between this and a normal traditional 60s, and then we'll get right into playing. This is really quick. First of all, this has an alder body compared to ones that normally come with basswood. The neck on this guitar has a vintage radius on it, so 7 1/4 versus 9 1/2, which is more modern. You have a Mustang bridge on this guitar. You also have the nice paint job, the matching headstock. That's not typically standard on a traditional 60s. And the fret wire is medium jumbo. Outside of that, there's a lot of things that these do have in common. As far as the vibrato is exactly the same. CTS pots, switchcraft jack, as well as the same pickups, which are vintage spec Fender Japan. Now, if you're into offsets, there's absolutely no doubt in my mind this thing absolutely looks the part, but we gotta hear how this sounds. We're going to be using the Tone King Gremlin. We're gonna be living on the rhythm channel of that for our bass clean tone. We'll be using the Benson preamp for a little bit of drive, as well as the Strymon Volante. We even get into a little bit of surfy kind of vibes, because why not? It's a Fender Jaguar. Miking up by the SM57 straight into the Universal Apollo interface. Let's get into it. Now, there are a lot of bands that use the Jaguar, the Jazzmaster, and the Mustang with a whole lot of gain, and a lot of people that shop for these guitars, rightfully so, trying to replicate those sorts of tones. But for me, this specific guitar, through the Benson preamp with it just a little bit rolled behind 12 noon, so not a whole lot of drive, it is magic in the room. I was having so much fun filming the demo section of this video. I'm still smiling because when you find a great guitar, it's a great experience. As far as the neck of this goes, I didn't mention this in the previous segment before we got into the playing. This is the Fender Japan U, which to me just feels like a beefier C with a little bit more shoulder on it. Very comfortable neck. It's a little thicker at the first fret, but tapers out to about where, 50 style Gibson would at the 12th fret. So it's by no means a modern USA Fender kind of neck. So if you're used to something like that, this might feel gigantic in your hands, but it is fairly manageable. Playability, I'm not even going to bother going too deep into it. This thing stays in tune great. One recommendation I do have that I did on this guitar that I do on every single guitar, whether it's brand new or used, and it comes with the vibrato system. I put in some sort of Big Ben's nut lubricant. You can use graphite, chapstick, Vaseline, all sorts of things if you don't have that available to you, and that greatly helps as far as the tuning stability of the guitar goes. The only thing I don't love about this guitar is not unique to this guitar. It's the fact that it comes with one of the cheapest gig bags I've ever seen, and that's just par for the course when it comes to a lot of the Fender Japan stuff outside of the really high-end instruments. And the second thing, this is all just flavor for taste, but does have a simple fix to it. The vibrato arm on this does not sit very high off of the guitar. I'm used to the American spec and the Mastery bridge, so for me, I didn't use it that much during the demonstration because it just feels a little strange. However, if that's something that would really bother you and you don't want to have to replace the entire vibrato, it's actually really good outside of just my preference for the height of the arm itself. What you could do is purchase an aftermarket one from a place like Stay Trend. Purchase their arm with their collet. It'll actually go right into this vibrato, and then you can adjust it from there, and it's all happy days. But I think this thing sounds absolutely killer. I came up with a few pretty cool ideas that I might flesh out into songs, which is always a great surprise when I sit down to demo guitars. And yeah, I'm really happy for the new owner that's going to be having this guitar in about a week's time. I hope that you really enjoy this one because this is a really great guitar. However, that's all I have for you guys today. We kept this kind of focused, kind of to the point. We didn't go to the bench or do all the little high-tech things that we sometimes do. I apologize for that. I just wanted to really get into the playing because this is a really cool guitar and I'm not going to have it all that much longer. If you enjoyed this or found this helpful, useful, and or entertaining, you can feel free to leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you're going to waste your money on more gear that you don't already have or you don't need, you can use my affiliate link to Tolman. It would at least help me out a little bit, but only buy stuff if you need it. And other than that, hope you have a great day. Play your guitar, tell somebody that you love them, and I'm going to pack this thing up and say goodbye. Take it easy, everybody.